like that. And, I had the fleeting thought of, ugh, if I was single, this wasn't, I wouldn't have to
Mm-hmm.
be dealing with
Yep.
this. To be perfectly clear, I'm very happy with him, and I'm very happy to have Saturday Christmas type of lunch with her tomorrow. And if you're single in your 30s today, or 40s or whatever, there is a good chance that by the time, when you're in a relationship, you'll be in a
Mhm.
relationship with somebody who has kids, because, statistically. And so you'll be
Yeah,
having to share your time with their family, but also their ex's family. And it's going to be a whole thing. So, make the most of right now only thinking about yourself, because for all the positives that you'll have to be thinking of another family, you won't be, it'll be that much more of a headache, which, it has its benefits. So, but the moral of the story is, you're single now, make the most of doing whatever the hell you want.
exactly. And there's so much to enjoy about being single. And a lot of times we just can't see it because we're too focused on the downside of being single or what we're missing out on in being in a relationship. And it blinds us from the benefits and the good sides of being single. We can't see them because we're too focused. It's like you're looking to the side when it's straight ahead. So, like,
Yeah.
obviously, you're not going to be able to enjoy it if you can't actually see the good sides of being single. And a lot of times I feel like I talk to people and they're just so dead set in that mindset, is that it's very hard. They don't want to see the good side of it because they don't, they either really just believe that there isn't, or they don't want to because they really want to be in a relationship. But they're just stuck in that mindset that I can't enjoy singlehood. It's not for me. There's nothing good about it, no matter what you say.
Mm.
And it's a lot a matter of mindset, of opening your mind up to the opportunity and just letting go. Because what is it going to help you to be so dead set on something that's not productive? It's not changing anything. I mean, you're just stuck in a cycle. So you just have to be open-minded. And it's true. I'm actually posting a blog post today about us, also about being single during the holidays. And it talks a lot about the mindset
Mm.
of around the whole topic of how to just shift it and focus on different things and slowly start asking yourself the right questions, and like you said beforehand, just doing self-reflection
Mm.
of really understanding what is bugging you, what is bothering you, what you can do differently, how you can change the way you view it, what type of people can you hang out with that will help you do that, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I agree. And I think there's a fly in my room. No. Um
Hello, fly.
there's a huge fashion about, manifesting and setting your intentions, which
Mm-hmm.
is fine. But before you do that, I think, yeah, think about your mindset and reflect on everything that's happened. You know, say you want to, I don't know, buy a huge car next year. So, that's, setting your intention. And then you're going to be thinking about mindset of, fine, okay, I need to be earning money, and I need to be, setting some money aside and all of that. But to do that, you still have to have a clear thought, right, so I have a shitty job right now, so I need to change my job. And I have you know a house that's too big or too small or whatever. So I need to, just reflect on what you have and focus on how to make that better, and just, have a clear vision of that. So same with, if you're single this year and you want to be in a relationship next year, so, you focus on that. And then mindset is, fine, you need to be positive and attract the right people, and, think about what it is that you clearly want and things like that, and then reflect on everything else and go, right, I messed up on this, and I messed up on this, and I didn't take care of my health, and I didn't take care of my mental health. And just, and that all, help shift everything else.
Yeah, it's also like a snowball. It's like when you let things just happen without taking charge and without take choosing your own path and choosing your own actions and choosing your own people. And it's like a snowball effect where it's just you're uncontrollably gliding down the not like rolling down the hill and accumulating all this snow around you, and you sort of lose sight of yourself. You lose sight of what's good for you, what isn't. You don't know where it's coming from, what to do with it, and it's just too much all at once, and you end up crumbling. Which is why it's so important again
Yeah.
to be in tune with yourself and to ask yourself the hard questions and to constantly evaluate and reevaluate. And I just saw a quote the other day which I love. I'm not I shared it on my story and I'm going to butcher it right now and I can't remember who it's by, but it was like like the 21st century's illiterate people are the people who aren't capable of learning and relearning things. It's like you can't, you're too stuck on what you learned once and that's it. You can't forget it
Yeah.
and you can't relearn anything else or change your mind. And that keeps you in a mindset where you're just stuck in place, revolving around your own tail, or revolving around yourself and chasing your own tail and whatever. So it really is important, especially in this time of year, to to and I would arguably say that every person, no matter their status, should do this all the time,
Sure.
and especially during the
Absolutely.
holidays. I think it's
Absolutely.
also important, no matter your plans, no matter what people you're hanging out with. I would say, deliberately find time to spend just with yourself, to do something fun and cool with yourself, or to just do something that makes you feel good, even if it's something small and simple. It's just create this new sense of, it's like I'm gonna make a comparison now, which is very funny, where I was telling my boyfriend the other day that there's certain things like he was at first very reluctant to just the thought of getting married because he was married before and he was like very it was very traumatic for him to think about it. So then I started, I think a bit subconsciously and also consciously started to just teasingly and in a fun way referring to him as my hubby or my future husband or whatever, in a way that helps him see it in a positive way. So subconsciously it's impacting him and starting to make him think positively about it. Like I wasn't doing it in a manipulative way. It was just a natural thing. And sort of like suddenly now he's like looking at it at a whole new way. So what was my point? My point is that when you reflect on something or refer to something as something positive and change your mindset around it, it's sort of it changes your outlook at things. I hope that made sense.
Yeah, I agree. I did something similar with JT where I'm convinced that I'm gonna have twins. Like, don't it's a long story, but I'm
Oh
convinced
my
that I'm gonna have
God.
twins. And so at the beginning, he was just terrified about it, and I just did not in a manipulative or conscious or unconscious way. I just joked about it and made light of it. And now he's
Yeah.
also kind of, saying it lightheartedly.
Yeah, you have to focus on what's fun about it.
Mm.
Like even the silliest thing, he in the beginning I would say, "Oh, we can share a breakfast when we go to this restaurant." He was like, "I don't share my food." And now he loves sharing, especially since he knows that when we go out, he always gets like a meal and a half. But it just when you show them how much fun it can be, or when you show yourself how much fun it could be,
Exactly.
and you look at it from a different perspective, it suddenly gets a whole new light shown on it and you see things differently. So you
Yeah,
have
I agree.
to look at it from a different angle to see it in a way that actually makes it work or makes it look fun or appealing. So to connect it back to what I was saying before and about spending the holidays by yourself or doing something on your own, when you start looking at it or doing things with yourself in a way that makes you look forward to it, then you actually look forward to it, you know?